The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Sylvester Stallone knew his whole life what he wanted to do. For him, it was a chance to inspire others. Life wasn't easy. At birth, he was pulled out by forceps. It's why he looks and speaks the way he does. 1,500 agents said, "No, you're not an actor." His first 3 scenes led to nothing, but he never gave up. Sly sold his first script, Paradise Alley, for $100. That money didn't last long. The last thing he had left was his dog. He got $25. That was rock bottom. He cried, and soon after, watched a fight between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Webner. Webner went 15 rounds but was pounded to a pulp. It inspired Sly, and he wrote for 20 hours straight the entire Rocky movie. Tried to sell it, but nobody wanted it. Too predictable, too sappy. Sly saved those comments and read them to himself the night he won the Oscar. Sly never gave up. One day, 2 guys offered to buy the script for $125,000. Sly said with one condition, "I'm Rocky." No way. We need a star like Ryan O'Neal to play Rocky. Can you imagine? The same guys called him back and offered him $250,000 not to star in his own movie. Sly said no. They countered with $325,000. Sly said no. They compromised. $35,000, points in the movie, and Sly would play Rocky. Rocky has grossed over $225 million and the entire franchise over $1 billion. What's your Rocky moment, folks? What's your vision? Your unstoppable success? You were born to be a money master. The time is now to take massive action.
Let's go over to Don in Odessa, Florida. Don, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. Thank you.
You bet. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm a subscriber to your service, and I just want to let you know that I sure do appreciate what you've done for me.
Wow.
Couple months here.
Thank you very, very much.
The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters out there, and happy Friday morning to you, day after Thanksgiving. And if you're listening to this show, I just want you to know that I really do appreciate you being here. I am grateful for your presence today, and today is actually an archive show. I am taping this on Tuesday afternoon, but this is going to be a really special and unique show. So if you're tuned in here, this is absolutely the place that you want to be, because I'm going to be able to actually teach you about the money game. And so if you're catching this on the audio version of this, thanks so much for listening. We're broadcast on several radio stations, and thank you for listening to us. And if you'd like, what we've actually done is we've gone ahead and we've taped the video aspect of this show, the video and the audio, and it is right now archived at the TFNN website. And what you would do is go to TFNN.com, and you can click under TigerTV. This will be archived on Channel 14. And so you'll be able to see this show. You'll be able to see the visuals that I share with you. You'll be able to catch this from an audio standpoint. So you may want to go ahead and, replay the actual visuals of this so that you can see, because this is going to help you in your trading. So whether you are a person that's not in the investing or trading game, maybe you were burned by the stock market, you rode it most of the way down, or maybe even all the way down in March, where you felt a threshold of pain and you threw in the towel and you said no more. You and so many other people did that, because when you actually got down to that level, folks, that was an area of absolute fear. Now, what I teach all of my subscribers, and what we do, is we buy fear and we sell greed. And I'm going to be able to teach you how to do that. And what you absolutely want to be able to do is get into the money game. You see, the money game is where you're able to take your investment capital and you're able to churn off enough income on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, yearly basis to pay for basically your cost of living, if you will. That is at least your goal. My goal is to help you attain financial freedom. And I want you to be able to build up that investment capital, whether you're starting with a small amount and you're going to learn how to grow that and then compound that and then grow that and continue to compound that. I want you to be able to get to financial freedom. For some, the first step is just first getting back in the game. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you here today during this segment. As always, you can reach me at steve@tfnn.com. That's my email address. And please feel free to do that. You can always call in to the to the show. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Now, not today. Nobody's answering the phones, but I do programming from 9 to 10 each day, Monday through Friday. So, maybe you're just catching this because you're off work today, like myself, and, just recuperating, if you will, from all the great turkey, all the great stuffing, all the great desserts, the pumpkin pie, maybe watching a little bit of football or what have you, but you're just catching your day and starting your day off with me, and I really do appreciate that. So I will go ahead and teach you about the money game because you want to be able to get back in to the money game. And let me present this to you, perhaps in a way that you hadn't thought about it. You see, for 30 plus years, I have developed this system. It really all started back in 1979 when I created what was called the power of one, the power of 1%. And it was a method for me to be able to help my clients understand how putting away $1,500 a month in an IRA over a period of 20 plus years could turn into millions of dollars simply by being able to continue to compound the growth there. And so that's where it all started. And now today I get to be able to share that with you. So if you are looking at the screen because you've gone now to the archive version of this, and I guess this is on channel 14, then here's what you're looking at. If you're just listening to the audio version of it, I'm going to make sure that you can follow along, with what I'm talking about. So the first aspect of the money game, or the 1% rule, the power of one, is that you should never invest, or risk, I should say, you should never risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. So here's what I want you to picture. Let's assume that what you just received, with the gift that we just gave you, you just opened up a check for $100,000 from TFNN.com, and you are going to go ahead and you're going to put that in your investment account. So what we're going to do, you're never going to risk more than 1% of the money that we just put into your investment account. So on $100,000, that means you're not going to risk more than $1,000 on every trade. That's not the same as how much you might invest in the stock, but that's how much you're going to risk. You see, when it comes to trading, we actually can define our risk. If you happen to be one of those folks that were in the market because most of your funds were tied up in a mutual fund, through your retirement program, what have you, and you just simply wrote it down, you actually had the opportunity to go to cash. And if you had a coach like myself, or you listened in to the several coaches that we have here, mentors that we have here at TFNN, there would have been plenty of time for you to be able to have gotten out, because cash is actually a position. You may be somebody that actually just simply wrote it all the way down. Stops, what stops allow you to do, physical stops, what they allow you to do is define your risk. When we say, or when I say, you're only going to risk 1% of your trading capital, and that means that we're not going to risk more than, in this case here, $1,000, that also means that we know that whatever it is we're investing in, whether it's a mutual fund, whether it's a stock, like an Apple, maybe it's an ETF, which stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Maybe it's a currency trade or a commodity trade. No matter what it is that you're trading, no matter what vehicle it is, you should always have your defined risk. And the majority of the time, if the trade moves against you, means you were wrong, or the advice that you received was wrong, then what you're going to do is you're going to limit your risk. You're going to limit to $1,000. So if you're looking at the screen here, if we start with $100,000, and on the first trade we lose $1,000, that means our investment capital now is at $99,000. The $100,000 that TFNN gave to you, less the $1,000. Let's say on the next trade you're going to risk 1%. What I want you to be able to do is only risk 1% of your available trading capital, your liquid trading capital, your cash balance that's in your investment account. So on your next trade, you would be risking $990. Let's assume we're having a bad trading period and you lose that. That means you're down to $98,010. So your next trade, you'd risk 1% of that. That'd be $980. Well, if you keep going like that, if you had 18 losing trades in a row, which that's not going to happen, but if you had 18 losing trades in a row and you started with the $100,000 that we provided you, you'd be down to 83%. You would have lost 17% of your working capital. The reason why it's not 18% is because, you keep using your 1% keeps, if you will, reverse compounding on the way down. So you're always risking a little bit less than 1% or a little bit less than $1,000 on each trade. Now let's take the opposite side of the trade. Let's take the positive side and understand really the power of what risking 1% is all about and the power of compounding. Because you see, it really works on the other side. If you started with that $100,000, risked 1%, but in our case here, when you're going to risk $1, typically your outcome is to make $3. But here I'm going to make it an even more conservative approach. Let's just assume you're going to risk $1, and what you're going to receive on the profit end, assuming that the trade works, is just 2 times your risk. You risk $1, you make $2. Just so you can really understand the power of compounding, because if we make this risk $1 and make $3, it's an amazing result. And folks, we actually help people do that. But in this case here, let's use the conservative approach. So you risk $1,000 on your first trade, and it's a winning trade, meaning we now, when we cashed it in, when we sold that stock, that ETF, whatever it is you're trading, we make $2,000. That means our balance in our account now is $102,000. Let's say the next trade comes in, your risk is going to be $1,020, 1% of $102,000. Voila, we win again. We're on a streak, right? Now our reward, $2,040. That gives us $104,040. So on our next trade, 1% of that, you're going to be risking $1,040. Now, if we take those same 18 trades, and instead of losing 18 in a row, what we did was we went ahead and we actually won 18 trades in a row. What that does, folks, that turned your $100,000 into $142,825. That's a 43% return on those 18 trades. Now, that's the first element of the money game. And you're not going to win 18 trades in a row, likely, nor are you going to lose 18 trades in a row. But when you have defined risk, when you don't ride something all the way down, then you're really starting to understand the first element of the money game. Now what I want to do is I want to take it to what is the most important parts. Now that you're in the game, and this is a game, and I want you to learn how to play this game, because this is how you put kids through college. This is how you live a life of abundance. This is how you pay for your expenses and you grow and you become the person that you want to become, folks. This is how you accomplish all that. You know, each of you, myself included, we all work real hard. What we need to do is we need to put that money that we're working hard for, we need to put it to work, and we need to do it in the right way. And you are in the right spot here at TFNN.com, because we are all about educating you. We are all about showing you aspects of the money game. And we come back from our first break, we're going to go into the expectancy table. And what the expectancy table is basically taking these losses and these gains and putting them on a more realistic plane so you can understand the power of any trading system that you would use, whether it be mine, and I've got a great service. Right now it's producing about a 40 to 60% return, and you can check that out for 30 days, unconditional money-back guarantee. But that's not why I'm here this morning. I'm here to share with you aspects of the money game, and we're going to go take a look at an expectancy table, position sizing. We'll be right back, folks. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investment Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and welcome back. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, and thanks again so much for joining us. I hope you had a great holiday, a great Thanksgiving. It is my favorite holiday for sure, and the markets are going to be opening in about 6 minutes, and what you could expect. Now, 70+% of the time, what you'll see is on Black Friday, which is what we've got, the markets are trading up. Now, this show here is being archived. I'm actually taping this on Tuesday afternoon, so if you just happen to tune in on the radio station, you just picked this up, what we are doing here is I'm teaching you about the money game. I'm teaching you the principles of how you make money from a trading, from a safety standpoint, teaching you how to be safe and smart with your money, but how you can really turn it into an incredible amount of cash. And so you've tuned in just at the right time, because we're going to talk about understanding the positive expectancy of a trading system. Now, this show is being archived, which means that you can also pick up the video aspect of this. You would just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on TigerTV and go to channel 14, and you will see this show. This will be an archived version. You'll be able to follow along both audio and video. Now, what it is that I have up on my screen here is the distribution of wins and losses. We talked about the money game, and this is just a different method to be able to show the distribution of wins and losses. If you are a trader or investor, what you want to know is you want to have this same table built for your investments and what you trade. You see, what you want to make sure is whatever methodology it is that you trade, whether it's a fundamental approach, whether it's a technical approach, you want to make sure that you understand that after everything is said and done, the system is providing you with a positive return. Does anybody out there have a system where they're not getting the return that they want on their money? or maybe you're just not getting a positive return at all. Well, then you're absolutely at the right place. So let me take what we talked about during the first segment, and we talked about how the power of one, only risking 1% of your trading capital on any one trade and only receiving a 2-to-1 return, meaning you risk $1, you make 2 on your successful trades. You risk $1, you lose $1 on your losing trades. Here I'm going to go ahead and change the factor. We risk $1 and we make $3. So along the top line here, you see, I'm just going to use a trading system where you win only half of the time. So almost like the flip of a coin, if you will. You win half of the time, and this is a trading system where if you only took one trade every week, and you took 2 weeks off, so you have 50 trades in a distribution of wins and losses. Win half, lose half. When you win 3 times what you risked. You risk 50 cents, you make $1.50. And when you lose, 40% of the time, you're going to lose exactly what you invested. The other 10% of the time, you're going to lose 3 times what you had risked, because maybe, you woke up and these are very volatile markets and your stop got jumped. Well, in this case here, that trading system on those 50 trades, only taking 1 trade per week, you can get a return of 40% on average of your money. That means if you had $100,000 in your trading account, the gift that we here at TFNN provided you when we started this show, you would take that $100,000 and turn it into about $140,000. And all by only risking 1% on each trade. So what you want to do is go back through your trades, and you want to understand, or you can, in my newsletter, I keep all the detail for every trade that we're in an expectancy. I show folks how to create this expectancy table. Plus, all of my clients, all of my subscribers, they have access to me. They give me calls, send me emails, because what I'm providing is not just do this and expect this. It is really a service about being able to coach you, help you understand why it is that we're taking the trades that we are, so that you can go on and do this on your own, or just simply leverage my time because you now understand what it is that we're doing. Now let me punch up my actual results through Tuesday, and we actually have more winning trades on the table. We just haven't closed them out. This is just simply for the closed trades as of a couple of days ago, as of this morning, if you will. And we started the newsletter July 1st. So what we've had is we have had 69 trades in 5 months. And here is our distribution of wins and losses. 65% of the trades have been winning trades. You see, the systems I trade on average have a 70% win-loss rate. 29% of the time, we have lost that 1%. Actually, we lost less than 1%. The reason is because I go ahead and I increase my stops as we get into a trade. And if we get taken out, many times we lose even less than the 1% that we risked. In this case here, we lost about 80 cents. If we risked $1, we lost 80 cents, 79 cents to be exact. With regard to getting stopped out, in this case here, 6% of the time, because we're trading some volatile products that produce good returns for us, our risk here was we risked $1, and what we lost was $1.46, folks. We'll come back and we'll spend a little more time on this, and then we're going to go into position sizing. So because that is the most important aspect of your trading, whether you use this to understand your system, you want to understand position sizing. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in the complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks, and thanks again so much for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you just happen to be listening in on one of the radio stations that we're broadcasting on, this is an archive show, but this is one you want to stick around for because I am teaching you the secrets of the money game. I am teaching you how to trade, and invest. And you can also, even though you're hearing the audio version of this, we have done, this is a special recording that we did on Tuesday, and you can actually catch the visual and audio version of this on the homepage of TFNN. Click on TigerTV, and this is under Channel 14. It's archived on Channel 14. Yeah, absolutely, learning is 85% visual, and so that's why we've done this. This is our special holiday edition because what I really want to be able to do is I really want to be able to help you make money. Thanksgiving is the holiday that I'm most grateful for. I enjoy it the most. It's a time when you can just sit down and be grateful for all the family and all the wonderful things that you have in your life. And when it comes to our family here, our TFNN family, I am so grateful that I've been able to help hundreds and hundreds actually make money and change their life. Each day, I am helping to change somebody else's life. I want to be able to help change your life as well. Now, one of the ways to do it is to understand the expectancy of your trading system. So I'm going to spend just a few more minutes on that. Then we're going to move over to the position sizing, which you really need to understand. So just go through your trades and just separate them between wins and losses. And then on your losing trades, just separate them between I risk whatever your stop was, if you used a stop, and I pray to God that you did use a stop. And let's assume that you did, and separate those between the ones where you got stopped out for exactly what you had risked. Maybe you your stop was $2 and you got stopped out and that's what you lost. And separate those from the ones where you risked $2, but when you got stopped out, it was $4. It was twice as much, or $3. Anything greater than what your original stop was. That's what those three rows are. Your winning percentage, your controllable loss, that's where you get stopped out at exactly your stop, and your uncontrollable losses. Then you can just take up the number of trades that you have and divide them out, because add them up. Maybe you've got 50 trades, and then, it ends up that 65% of them are winning trades, 29% where you lost exactly what you risked, and 6% in this case here where you lost more than what you actually risked. Now in this case, you would then take your distribution of wins. In this case here, for my trading system, 65%, times the factor. Right now in this very volatile market, we've been risking $1 and on average making $1.15. That gives you a number of 0.75. That's your expectancy factor. On our losing side, 29% of the time, we had a losing trade where we lost 79 cents. We risked $1, but only lost 79 cents. That gives us a factor of minus 0.23. And then 6% of the time, we lost more than $1. We risked $1, but we lost $1.46. Multiply those two together, you get minus 0.09. You add it up, and that gives you your factor of your trading system. You want that to be above zero. If that is not above zero, then thank goodness you are listening to the show, because this is the place you want to be. If you have a trading system that is below zero, don't be trading your money, because what that's going to do is going to give you losses. You need to make sure that the factor of what you're trading is a positive number. In my case, for my subscribers, my investors, it's 0.43. On average, if they only took 70 trades a year, okay, they'd be making half of this, or 30%. How would a 30% return sound to you? In this case here, right now, the run rate we're on is 60%. We're halfway, 5 months into the season, and I want to be able to help you as well. Now let's go over to the position size calculator. This, folks, is really, really important. The position size calculator is where you're going to determine how many shares of whatever it is that you're buying you should use. So we're going to take our 1%. Remember, we gave you $100,000? That would be $1,000 that you would risk. If your stop, say you were going to buy Apple, and say you were going to buy Apple at $400, but if it traded to $388, that was a $2 stop, you would exit the trade. If you took your $1,000 you're going to risk, divided by your per share stop, $2, that's going to give you your position size. When we come back, we'll go over that a little bit more. We'll actually take a look at one of my newsletters. Again, thanks so much for being here. I absolutely love my time with you. You can always reach me at steve@tfn.com. Click on the home page, click on my name, you'll be able to see my newsletter. But thanks so much for letting me help you.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. My name is Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, and thanks so much for joining us again. If you're just catching this on the audio version, we did tape this on Tuesday, but it's the best gift that we could give to you. Just coming into Black Friday, if you will, and this is a gift that hopefully you're giving to yourself by listening in, and I'm able to help you. Take a look at the money game from a different perspective, or how to invest and trade. No matter, and when we talk about trading, these are markets that are very volatile. They go up and down. And, if you were listening on the first three segments, you know that my subscribers are making money. That's what I'm here to help you do. And you can test out the service, 30 days, unconditional money back guarantee. I do all the work for 30 days for you. You can just trade on a paper account if you want and see how much I can make for you. Better yet, just how much education that I can provide, because this is a coaching service, an education service. I really want to be able to help you. So please take advantage of that. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, and it'll take you right through the newsletter service. Now, before we went to the last break, we were talking about position sizing. The most important element of your trading. It's not about where you get in and where you exit. This will have more of an impact on how much money you actually make than anything else that you do in trading. So we were given the example, we're not risking more than 1% of our trading capital. This is the assumption that you're using the $100,000 that I sent you just for tuning in earlier. And that means that we're going to risk $1,000 of our trading capital on any one trade. In this case here, it would be $1,000. Now the stop that you use, and you always want to use a stop on whenever you're trading. Doesn't matter what it is, you want to make sure that you've got a stop in place. And the assumption here is we're going to use a $2 stop. Now, let's assume that we're going to be using a $30 stock, something like Starbucks. Probably some of you might even be sitting with a Starbucks coffee, for all I know, or you certainly had one within the last 24 hours. So the $1,000 is our risk. That's how much we're willing to risk. We take that $1,000, again, we divide that by 2. That was how much per share we were going to risk. So we were going to buy it at 30. And if it got to $28, we were automatically going to sell it. That principle says that, therefore, what we would buy would be 500 shares of Starbucks. Now, if we bought 500 shares of Starbucks times the $30 per share, our actual investment in Starbucks is $15,000. So we're taking 15% of our trading capital, and that's what we're using to invest in the stock. But because we use a hard stop, because we say no matter what, if it gets to $28, boom, it's gone, it's sold, we're going to risk that $1,000. We're not going to become a long-term investor on something that's going down. We have a defined risk. The 1% is different than the investment. Risk is different than your investment. You would only be risking $15,000, the 500 shares times $30, if you planned on losing. That would be somebody who would not be using a stop. When we know that that's not you, you're automatically going to use stops. And if you're not new to stops, then from this point forward, you're going to take that oath that you're always going to make sure that you have a defined risk for your investment capital. That's how you live for another day when you're wrong on the trade. So that is, now what I do for my subscribers, folks, is they have an actual position size calculator that does all of this for them. And so let's just go ahead and use Starbucks as the example. What the heck? SBUX, and this is part of the service that I provide. So you just hit the search button after you put in the symbol. SBUX happens to be the symbol for Starbucks. You can see that punches up on the screen. Now, Starbucks here happens to be a stock. So there's three choices. We'll go ahead and indicate that it's a stock, and we're going to go long. We're going to go ahead and buy this at $30, assuming that it's going to go to $50, right? Now, we're going to put in our $100,000 here. Now, the numbers are going to be different because of what Starbucks is selling for, but we're going to risk $100,000, and our trading capital is $100,000. We're going to risk 1%. 1% of our total trading capital. Now, this here helps me calculate what the average movement has been in the stock from top to bottom, from high to low for the last 10 days. You really want to be able to understand that, because if you trade a stock and your stop is inside of this means that you believe you know where the stock is going to stop. That's not how you want to trade. You want to understand the daily volatility, the average true range, because where you enter the stock, where you enter from a price standpoint, you want to be able to allow the room of just the normal breathing patterns that go on inside any stock in any market. And I ask my subscribers, what we do is we use a factor greater than 1. In this case here, happens to be 1.618. That's a sacred geometry number. That's for a whole nother set of segments. Hopefully you'll listen to me on the other shows that I do during the week. I do about 12, 13 hours worth of programming here for TFNN. But let's say we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy it. Our estimated entry price is at $30, and we're going to sell it at $50. So we're going to put the $50 in, and when we hit calculate, it's going to tell us how many shares to go ahead and buy. And in this case here, this tells us, hey, what you should be buying is you should be buying the trading size here, position size, 606 shares of stock. Now, that was because we didn't use a $2 stop. Well, you said, Steve, use a $2 stop. Well, that's easy to change. We'll come up here, we'll put number 2. We'll come down here, we'll put number 1. 2 times 1 would be a $2 stop. Come back, hit the recalculate button. So this will work for anybody's trading system, whether they're using my trading system. This calculator here to calculate your position size is what it's all about. See, we came up with the 500 shares. Now, in this case here, what you'll see is that this shows that our total portfolio allocation is 15%. I don't recommend that on a single stock that you risk more than, or you invest more than 10% of your total portfolio calculation. So that is just simply a calculation that's here for you as a guideline, but you're welcome to do what you want. In this case here, if we were going to live with my guideline, we wouldn't need to risk 1%. On this trade here, we could probably risk about 0.6%. 0.6% is all you'd be trading on this, and that would give us about the right position size. In this case here, 300 shares that we would buy of Starbucks. So you want to understand the position size calculator. It's free to use when you go try my service for 30 days, unconditional. Let me teach you about position size, and you want to learn this. You want to learn this no matter whether you use my services or not. From this day forward, you want to be able to understand position size. And please allow me to give you that gift. So, because this will have more of an impact on the success of your trading than anything else you could do. What we do, folks, is we buy fear, we sell greed. We don't try to sell at the top and get the exact cent. We don't try to buy at the very bottom, because to do that would be futile. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that when you're using the right stops. And I suggest that you consider using the average true range as one of the methods to identify a stop inside your trading system. So that is for the position size calculator. When we get back, we're going to go take a look at one of my actual newsletters so that you can see what they're all about as well. And folks, I love being here with you, and thanks so much for spending your Friday, or maybe you're catching the archive over the weekend. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We'll be back in just a few.
It's better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community. and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Oh, it absolutely is, folks, and welcome back. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, and thanks so much for joining me today. Again, hope you had a great holiday. If you're just tuning in on this is an actual archive show that we did this past Tuesday, but this is all about education. This is all about teaching you about the money game and how you can actually take the money that you've got. Maybe it's just sitting idle in a fixed account earning, 2% or less in interest. Maybe it's only about 0.5%. You're not going to be able to get to financial freedom by doing that. Now, I want to be able to teach you all about risk, about money management. So if you're just tuning in right now, this show is archived at TFNN.com. Go to channel 14 underneath Tiger TV, and you'll be able to see the show. You'll be able to replay the show. So even if you're just listening, go back, because they're really important tools that I have been providing during the last 50 minutes or so. And the last aspect of it is about the newsletter. I want to be able to show you an example of the newsletter that I send out. Newsletter isn't really a good name for it, because what my service is really all about, number one, it's certainly about making money. And all of my subscribers going into this Thanksgiving, they all made money. We took some money off the table. Part of making money is learning how to pay yourself. So we made some really great money on Monday, and we're making more money today on Tuesday. I'm seeing how the markets here are trading, so we're doing well. And one of the things that we do, if you listened in on the first parts of the segments, we adjust our stops along the way, and we allow the market to take us out. I have a buy list. You're going to see what is so part of the newsletter is certainly about making money. But there's another element which is about the education, to be able to teach you about the patterns that we trade, that provide a better than 70% win-loss rate, if you will, and to be able to educate you so that you can do this on your own. Or better yet, just simply understand what it is that we do so that you can continue to leverage my service, make money, and then you can focus on whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe that's playing more golf. Maybe that's spending more time with the kids. Maybe it's educating yourself in some other area. Maybe it's just working out. But whatever that is, this newsletter, and this is the Monday newsletter that I sent out November 21st, and Living with Gratitude, folks, I am so grateful for you being here and just so grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve you. And in the first part of the newsletter here, I was talking about the S&P futures contract, because this, and I send my newsletters out usually by 8 a.m. Sometimes it's earlier. And what I was showing were the patterns that we're setting up and what my subscribers could expect. Some of our subscribers, they go ahead and they trade the futures market. So I've got that in here. I talk about Japanese candlesticks. That's one of the things. Japanese candlesticks go back to the 1700s. They were used during the rice farms review. Rice used to be the medium of currency in Japan. They didn't trust the coinage that was being used back then. You know, kind of sounds a little bit similar, doesn't it? So I teach about Japanese candlestick charting, reasons why we are either getting in or out of a trade. This here happens to be the New York Stock Exchange chart on a daily basis, and this shows this evening star pattern. I explain that above, and it shows how that is a bearish pattern when that shows up. That's what we're experiencing right now. And I go on and I show it on a larger basis, if you will. This is a more recent evening star. And, so I give you all the information here so that you can follow along and understand. I give you the history when we start taking a look at the different candles by date, what we can expect. I then went into the entire New York Stock Exchange. And so let me just flip through this here real quickly. Let's get down to where it shows the trades that we're in. In each case here, I show what our current holdings are, what adjustments we're going to make to our trades. Those are highlighted here. In this case here, we took Disney. We had that on our buy list. I took Disney off of our buy list after analyzing that over the weekend. Here's some of our recent closed trades, 42% on Bourne, 6% on the ultra short of the yen. So you can see all that. But folks, thanks so much for joining me. I absolutely love being here with you. You can always reach me, steve@tfn.com. Do yourself a favor. Empower yourself. Go give this service a try, because I can change your life. And that's what it's all about, folks. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday morning, 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.